and welcome to Noobhaven. My name is James. Today I'll be playing a solo game of Looteer, published by Powerson Games, who provided us with this prototype copy. In Looteer, you play as a Looteer family. You are trying to attract and fulfill patrons, gain and build instruments, hold performances, and make repairs. Also build instruments on your home board. During the game, you will place your worker tokens in the various locations on the board to gain those required cards, in the balcony area to score the public objectives, and on your home board to build the instruments. The locations also have bonuses if you use a high enough worker, and alternate actions to get resources. During the playthrough, I will describe what I'm doing, but this is not a full rules teach. I'm going to jump straight in. As I said, this is a preview copy of the game, so some of the icons and artwork will be subject to change. Here we are set up for a solo game. Some of the orchestra and the public objectives have been fulfilled by an unused colour to make it more competitive. You can also do this if you're playing a two-player game. I have been dealt Swyton and the Transverse Flute as my opening. They don't go great together, but that's what I was dealt. Over here we have the AI board. Their actions will be dictated by this deck of cards and by a solo guild, which I'll now look at. It's the Cremona Guild. Now they are after classical and stringed instruments, which thankfully don't go too badly against what my private objectives are. I have picked Steinweg as my Looteer family, so I've got their starting resources with some money, some inspiration and some resources. And I can also pick 3 of the performance cards and complete one with a skill level of 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these, pick a classical one because that matches Swyton. I can put these back on the bottom because I don't need a Baroque performance at the moment. And then to do a performance, you take your worker level, or in this case 5, which you start off with, and then add whatever I roll on these dice. It's not a bad roll, so I add 4 to the 5, which gives me a 9, which is actually good enough for the top level performance. So I get 2 coins, I get a victory point. This might be off screen for you, but I'll keep you updated. And I get to put a performance token in the orchestra pit. So I can put this in the classical era, which is anywhere in here. I'm going to put it up at the top so I can get a animal product and an apprentice. And then that gets flipped over there. That is done. I can put Swyton somewhere and get a bonus for when I put down a patron. I am going to put him... I'm going to get another apprentice. And this actually counts towards one of his goals, so I can put that behind him, and that means he's part way to be unsatisfied. And then it's ready to start the first round. Now, first of all, I forgot to do this, so I've got to advance the AI track, so this gives it a boost in its worker value. So it gets 1 on the repair and 2 on the instrument. I'm going first, so I'm thinking that I want to get one of these, Lombardini, the patron, because she matches the Transverse Flute that I got earlier. But she's also a classical, which means that if the AI goes there, they might try and get her as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 5 there. Oh, an important thing I also forgot to do was move on the patron patience cube, so I get rewards, but if this reaches the end of the track, he gets annoyed and leaves. But this also gets reset once you fulfill his goals. So hopefully that won't happen. Let's have a look, see where the AI is going. It is going up to get another instrument. So I shuffled its 3 workers, so this is random, so I don't know which number is actually putting there. Now, for my second one, I would also like to go... No, would I want to go to the guild? I'm going to go and do a repair. So I'm going to put a level 4 worker there, which means I'll be able to advance on this track as well. The repairs are also good for the public objective up there. Let's see what the AI wants to do. The AI wants to complete one of their instruments, so that goes there. And for my last worker, which is the number 1 worker, I'm going to go and put that also in the repair area, but I'm going to use that to get 2 wood instead of actually trying to complete a repair. The AI will then, that's what I hoped might not happen, but it is going up to try and get another patron. And hopefully, I mean, yeah, I should have managed to beat the score that they got, so that's fine. Now what we do is we arrange these in order of preference for the AI. So the AI would like to do get an instrument first, and then it'll do a repair. It has no repair. Then it'll do the patron, and then it'll do a build an instrument. So it goes right to left in preference, and then top to bottom, with the build an instrument always at the end. But I went first, so I'm going to choose what I want to do first. I'm going to take this. We put it on the board here, and we see what order it goes in. So I got 5, so the AI doesn't get any boost for that, so I get to go first, and I'm going to take Lombardini. And I'm going to put her down here, and I'm going to get a wood, which is going to come in useful later. No, I think I'm going to get a metal, yeah. So I'll need some of those for later. The AI then will get the classical if it's available, which it is. So it'll take Waldstein. Terrible at pronouncing these things. And then that is that done. Then the AI gets to do, these go on the cards here. So these cards can be upgraded at the end of the round if the worker used for those places was high enough. Next, the AI wants to go to the guild and get an instrument. It will take an instrument that matches a patron that it has, so it will take a stringed instrument, always the one to the left, so it will take that and assign it to the patron. Next, the only place I've got to go left is to repair, so I'm going to take them both. Now, these don't get added together, these actually count as 2 separate actions. So that's a 4 with the apprentice and a 1. 4 means I'll move up on here. I can also do repair. I'm going to do this repair, even though it doesn't actually help either of my patrons, but I can manage to do it. So I'm going to take 2 wood, and I'm going to use 2 inspiration to knock the cost of that down by 1. So I only need 2 wood to do that. And that will give me 3 points, allow me to put a token in the wind area of the orchestra. I'll put it in the transverse flute, which will give me a wood and an inspiration. And then this card just gets discarded. And the second thing I sent there was my number 1 worker, and I'm just going to use him to get 2 wood. And the apprentices go back to the market where they live. And then finally, the AI will make an instrument. It will always make the one on the left first, so it will make a lute. It doesn't care about the costs or anything like that, so it will just score the 4 points for doing that. And that will count towards Chopin's requirement. And it will also put out one of its instrument markers on the lute, which means it has that first chair permanently. Just going to flip that over to show that it's been done. And that is the end of the first round. All that needs to be done now is to update the AI. I'll show you how that works for now. I won't show this every round. If the AI cards have a high enough worker on them, so this one needs a 2+, so does this one, these get upgraded to the level 2 versions. We also move this AI priority according to these. So first we do the down, which is, it goes down for instruments, down in patrons, which it can't. It goes up 1 for repair, up 1 for performance, and up 1 for the instrument. And that is the end of the round. On to round 2. Okay, here we are in round 2. Now something I forgot to mention was we update the cards here. So the ones in the first spot always got rid of, and all the rest slide down, and we update any missing ones as well, obviously. We also update the market. So the market changes each turn. Up here it tells you what the possible values are, but we always pay attention to the ones that are actually printed on the card for this round. So at the start of the round, I'm still the first player. Now I'm going to remember this time, I'm going to update these 2 and get my rewards. So we get 3 coins from Sweden. I'm going to pronounce that differently every single time I say it. And I get an apprentice from Lombardini. So I go first, and I think I definitely want to do is try and get that repair. The AI is also pretty high on the repair tracker, so I'm going to put my 5 there so I can try and get that. The AI, I've shuffled this deck, so but it is still the same. Oh, now here's the thing. So it's got this one's a patron, but the maximum you can have is 2, and it's already got 2 there. So what it'll do once I've shuffled its workers, so I put the token there, so it will, instead of trying to get another patron which I can't have, it will just make an instrument. Now, my next item, my next worker, I think I'm going to have to try and start doing an instrument. So that's going to be a pain because he's looking for a percussion or keyboard instrument, and none of them appear to be coming out at the moment. I'm going to do something to reset his cube, so that will be alright, but I'm hoping something will come out there soon. Yeah, at the moment I'm just going to use my level I'm going to use my level 1 to just start working on that. It's called roughing it out when you start working on the instrument. Now for the AI, it is going to get another instrument. No, it is not, because once again it's maximum 2, so it is going to go here. Now my final one, I am going to put him to finish off this transverse flute, which I am making. And then the AI finally will go to the balcony. So it will claim the first player slot next round, and it may, no, the first level card will not let it score an objective, but if that's a high enough worker, the next round it might start scoring objectives, which will give it more points, obviously. So resolution, it's me first. I am going to, have I got enough? I haven't got enough to do that yet, not enough resources, so I'm going to go to the market, I think. Let me just work out what I need. There's a wood, I need 2 more animals, and I've got enough space there for it. Animals quite expensive at the moment, but I have to do that. So I'm going to go to the market, flip that over to show that I've been there, and spent 6 coins to buy 2 animal products. And that actually counts as my first action. So now we're back to the AI, which I forgot to arrange these properly. So that one doesn't count as anything, so that just goes back in the deck. It wants to go to the instruments, the instruments doesn't count as anything either. So it will go to the balcony first. So it has 2. So that just means that it will get the first player next round. But that's all for that. So for my next action, I'm going to go to the repair. I've got a 5 there, which is good. So I'm going to scoop that up. I should have realized that that changes the worker. That gives you a boost to your workers that you put here. So I've wasted that apprentice there because I went up to a 4, but I didn't need to because it would have already gone up to a 4. But hey ho. So I'm going to do this repair. Cost me 3 animals and a wood. Gives me 3 points. And it also allows me to put out a repair token in the string era, or the string section. I am going to put this in a violin space. And that'll give me an inspiration and an animal back. Now back to the AI. I'll do both of these at the same time. Doesn't actually matter which number these are. Doesn't make a difference. So what it will do is it will complete the Baroque guitar, which gives it 4 points and will make Waldstein happy. And it allows it to put out a token on the Baroque guitar section, which is here. So it will take over the first chair from this single performance token, which was put there by the fake player, shall we say. The actual making an instrument always trumps just a repair or a performance token. So that'll go there, and then with its second action there, it will have a look for, it will try and get a new instrument. Now it doesn't have any to assign to anybody, so it will pick something from its guild card here, and it wants a stringed instrument, so it will take the first one to the left, which is double bass. I'll just put that to the side. Hasn't been assigned to anyone yet because there's nobody, neither of these need someone, but it will affect which patron the AI chooses later. Now back to me, I'm going to start roughing out this instrument. So I've got a 1 here, so no discounts or anything. So I need a metal and a wood. And that then goes across to this side of the board. Oh, I forgot to assign the repair to Swyden, so just let me put that there. And that's something he's looking for, so that resets his cube, which is nice. The transverse flute is nearly done, so I go here. I have a 3 plus an apprentice, so it's a 4. It's really a 5 because of that, which I forgot about. That gives me a discount on finishing it, so I will only need to spend a wood to do that. So I'll immediately get the points for it, which is 4. I'll be able to put a instrument token out in the transverse flute, which is up here. I put a repair there earlier, which seems like a mistake, but oh well. Now, because I have actually claimed the first chair, even though it is from me myself, I still get the first chair bonus, which is a wood and a inspiration. I got the points for that, I put out the token, and now this gets assigned to Lombardini, and that's the only thing she's looking for. So she is now completed. So I get the points for completing her, so that's 3 points. And I also move up on this track here, and that will give me another apprentice. So that is all done, that card goes away, and Lombardini gets tucked underneath the player board here. And she gives me +2 instruments, so +2 basically, every time I do a performance, and that's an ongoing effect. And apart from the cleanup and the sorting out of the AI, that's the end of round 2. Okay, here we are in round 3. I have received my number 2 worker, and the AI has received the number 4 worker, which is what happens when you go into round 3. Otherwise I wouldn't have done it. The AI has got the first player position now, so they will go first. And they will go to the balcony, which means they will be ending up scoring an objective at the end of this round, which is not great. I am going to do something rather drastic because no instruments are coming out for Swyden. So I shall put something there and you'll see what happens with that in a minute. Obviously, I forgot to move Swyden on and get my money. Give me the money. Okay, the AI will next be going to build an instrument, construct an instrument, I'm not sure, and I will go to the repair. I'm trying to get some repairs and go after one of these, the repair public objective up there. The AI will also be going to repair, which is going to be a bit tricky because it has got a high number to add to that worker, which means it might beat me for the one that I want. Oh, we'll see what happens. I am going to go to the patrons, get a new patron because I'm running low. And then the AI will get an instrument. It already has the instruments, so it will try and build another instrument. And then finally, I am going to go and start work on this instrument, which I will have soon. Okay, let's do the order. That one goes away. That one always goes last. And it will go to the repair first, which is doubly bad for me because I do not have what I need to repair that one. Well, let's see what happens. So I've got a 2, it's got a 3, which bumps up to a 4, so obviously it will go first. It will try and get a string to satisfy Waldstein. It'll take the one on the left, which is this. So they never actually pay attention to the costs, they just get the points because they are cheating. And then it will put out a repair token in the stringed area. It will always go for an area that where it can claim a first shared token. So that's that there, and I'll put this there to show that that counts towards Waldstein. Something. Okay, so I could spend some money and get the next, the higher up repair. Let me see. I have not got enough inspiration to discount it, so I can't actually do that at all. That's okay, I can get the wood instead. Which should hopefully come in useful later. And that goes on here. Now, for my action, I am going to go here and do this radical maneuver. So I've only put one there, but I have put an apprentice there. What that means is I can sacrifice this apprentice. He goes from the game. I don't know what happened to him. He got lost searching for something. And it means I can go through the deck and look for an instrument that matches, that is the one I want, which in this case will be a percussion instrument for Waldstein, which is buried right down there. I don't get to see which instrument it is, so it may be very expensive. It is fairly expensive. It's a forte piano, so that's all right. I can start work on it this round. And that, actually, to do that also costs 10 money, which I'm thankful to Waldstein for giving me all that money for. Next, the AI is going to go to the balcony. It's going to score an objective, and it's going to score the leftmost objective on the right hand, according to the guild here, the right hand public objective. I'm pretty sure that is a slight misprint on there. It'll be claiming the lower objective, so it'll be getting that, and it'll be getting 3 points. Back to me, I'm going to go to the salon, get a new patron. I am reversing that because that is terrible. What I need to do first, no, I need to do that. Even though I have to pay for him, I'm going to have to pay my last remaining money and 1 of the inspiration to make the 4 needed for him. I put him down there, and I am going to get a metal for him. Now, because I put a 5 there, it means I can move a patient chute back 1 space. And because I've done that, I can also claim 1 of his bonuses. So I'm going to get the 5 back from Sweden, which will definitely help at this stage. Now, the AI is going to do some instrument building. So it's going to do this double bass, even though it's got no one to assign it to, but it is worth 6 points, which is good for it and bad for me. And it'll put down a token on the double bass space, which it already claimed, but that's fine. And this instrument, it wasn't assigned to anyone, so it'll just go away. And then, because it's put 2 workers here, it will do that. It will do it again. It will just get an instrument from the guild. A stringed instrument is what it's looking for, and it'll take the leftmost. It's fairly good for me. It's a violin, it's only worth 2 points. Yeah, so my next one, I'm going to go here to the roughing area. So that's a 4, counts as a 5 because I'm up here on the track. I'll get 2 inspiration for the bonus for doing that with a level 5 for 3 or more, and I get a discount for level 5. So I'm going to spend animal, 3 wood, and 1 metal instead of 2. And that moves over to this side, ready to be finished later. And that is the end of the round. That's all the workers used, but I am actually going to go to the market. I am going to... Actually, I'm not going to go to the market. Everything I want to buy is expensive, so I'm just going to leave it for this round, and we'll have a look at it next round. That is the end of round 3. Okay, we're into round 4. So now the major thing that's changed is level 2 patrons have started to appear. They're the ones that tend to give you end of round bonuses when you finish them. The AI has still got the first player position, so it will go first. I need to give these a shuffle because I can easily see what they are. There we go. And once again, it wants to go to the get a new patron, but it can't, so it will just build an instrument. Now, I need to finish this off. I want to get another instrument for Paganini. Trying to see what the cello is. The cello is already claimed. The Baroque guitar is already claimed. That's not great. I'm going to wait on that and see if the AI goes to that area where it could beat me. So I am going to I'm definitely going to do the... I'll try and do the instrument. If I put a 5 there, it'll count as a 6 and give me a double first chair bonus, which is pretty nice. So that's what I'm going to do. The AI wants to go to the performance. I want a new instrument, so I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there with a 2. Let's see what the AI is doing. It's going to build another instrument. That's fine. The one advantage of having the AI go first is you can see where it's going. So if the repair is empty in a minute, that's good for me. I am going to... I'm going to go to the balcony with the 1. I'm not going to get any objectives, but I'm probably going to get the secondary, which is a couple of apprentices or money, and then I'll get first player as well. There we go. So the AI is going to that area. And that's alright actually, because it's not going to take either of those two, because Waldstein wants a wind instrument repair, so that's fine. So I'm going to go there with my 3. Now, once again, I obviously forgot to do this at the start of the round, so I'm going to get 5 money and an apprentice, and I am going to add that. I'm going to add that apprentice to here, so that bumps me up on that track. That was the last thing I did, so it's not really cheating. And then I'm going to rearrange this into order. That doesn't count as 1. That goes at the end. Instrument performance first, and then the repair. So the AI wants to do performance now. So it has got 7 printed on its card there, plus the 2 from this track here gives it a total of 11. And it will try and get something that matches. It will match Chopin, which it has a romantic performance here. So it'll do that. And 11, which is bad because that just about gives it the top performance level. So it gets 2 points. Performance token to put out in the romantic era. So we'll claim the unclaimed first chair. And then that will be assigned to Chopin, and that will be Chopin completed for it. So we'll just get the 5 points. Those will go away. Waldstein will now go into the first position. And that is that done. I'm going to go up to the guild position. I've got 2 there. Didn't really matter because the AI was never going to go there. I'm going to take this cello. Now I don't get to put that there instantly. I'll get to put that at the start of the next round, because I don't have any workers here, I'll just put it there because otherwise I'll forget anyway. The AI next that we're going to, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to undo that because that was incredibly stupid of me. I am going to instead go to the market first. And I didn't update that card last round, so that is better. That's a lot better for me. So I'm going to have a look, see which one of those I want to do. So I've got some inspiration, so I can discount something. So I want 1 wood and 2 animal, I think, which will cost me 5 in total, which isn't bad. Now, do I want anything to try and finish off this forte piano? Yes, I do. Do I have the money for it? I won't need this because I'm going to have a discount with this. So I'm going to sell this metal for 5 money. And then I'm going to buy the 2 animal and the 2 wood that I need. And that'll cost me 8. So that is everything I need for that, which is good. So now, because the AO is going to here, and now I have the things I need to actually complete this. So I have a 4, but the AI has a 4 as well, and because it put down first, it's got a 4 because it's on this track. Because it put down first, it means it is in the first position. And now what it can do is it can search through the deck for a type of repair that it needs, and it needs a wind repair for Waldstein, so it's just going to take this one. It's going to get it 2 points, and then put out a repair token in the wind section, which will take the unclaimed first chair, and that will complete Waldstein for it, so it will get 6 more points. So it is racing ahead at the moment. That is Waldstein all done. Now I can do my repair. I'm just going to do this repair. I'm going to spend 2 inspirations, discount it by 1, and then I'm going to spend 1 wood and 2 animal. Gives me 3 points. And allows me to put a repair token out in the string area, which is full at the moment. The AI will claim one of the 2 violin spaces, which are the only real open ones at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to reinforce my own. So that will give me the secondary benefit of taking a non-first chair. I'm going to take the 2 money, I think. I also move up on this track. Now this one means that I will get a specialist worker. That will get assigned. I got this deck of it here. We get 3 cards because there's 2 players. I'll pick one of those at the end of the round and assign a worker to it. You'll see what happens at the start of the next round. Now, the AI will do its building, so it will build the violin, get 2 points, and put a marker in the least occupied section, which will be here. And that is just done, it hasn't assigned to anyone, so that just goes away. Second one, it'll once again get a stringed instrument, and it'll get this cello. Let's go there. I finished up with that, that was last round. So, I said it didn't matter, but it obviously did because now the free instrument is gone. So I am going to get this Baroque guitar, but it'll cost me 4. It'll cost me 4 monies to buy it. Once again, I'll just tuck it there for now. So that was my go. The AI is actually done, so I'm just going to go and finish up this. So that's a 5, counts as a 6 because of this. So I get the discount and a double first chair bonus. That's that. It gets me a whole 9 points, which is nice. It will allow me to put this in the forte piano position, and I get the double of the first chair, which means 2 animal and 2 apprentices. And it also completes Swighton, so that's another 7 points. So I'm catching up on the AI. Advance there. I'll explain what that does in a second. And that is all done. Swighton gets tucked behind there. Gives me 5 money at the start of the round, which I should try not to forget about. So this means I get to take 3 instrument cards and keep 1 of them. I have got a, there is a unique wind instrument there, which might be good in future, so I'm going to keep that one. I'll just discard these. And then for my last action this round, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to get 6 money. And I claim the first player position. And that is the end of round 4. Okay, here we are at the start of round 5. A couple of things I should know before we start is the AI went up on this track and passed this marker, which means it goes back to the start, but it also got to draw an instrument, and it drew another violin, I believe, yes. I also assigned a specialist worker, which I earned from going there. I have 1, which means when I go to the repair, I get to reduce the requirements by 1 of any resource, which is quite useful. So I put my 3 worker on it, which means that this token, which looks like the repairing token, will now count as 3 for every time it's used. And I get to go first this round. I'm going to go and get a new patron. I'm going to put the 1 there. I know I'm safe because the AI will be looking for patrons to match these 2 stringed instruments it has. And Tchaikovsky wants a wind instrument, so I know I'm safe there. It'll also go well with this serpent that I'm making. AI, unfortunately, will try and grab another objective. That's annoying, because I want to try and grab an objective as well. But I need to do another repair before I do that. So this could be dangerous, but I'm going to try and go there. Okay, the AI will then do a performance. Hold a performance, I should say. And I am going to try and do a repair with my special worker token. I'm going to give him an apprentice as well, so bump that up to a level 4, which means I'll go up on this track. The AI will try and build an instrument. Now I should have said we've all got our last family member, so we will have 5 workers now. I am going to rough out some instruments. The AI is going to get another patron. And I'm going to try and finish an instrument or 2. And the AI shall try and get an instrument, but it already has those, so it'll go there. That's incredibly good for me because it didn't go to repair. Let's rearrange these. At the start of the round, I need to go, start of the round, I need to do this, which obviously I forgot about. Told you I would. And get my 5 money from Sweden. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the market. I'm going to get some resources which I need. So I can discount this by 1. I've got some inspiration to discount it as well. So I'm just going to need 3 animal for that. I have made a mistake here. I'm not going to have what I need to build and finish because I just don't have enough space to accumulate the resources. Okay, so I messed up quite badly there because I just wouldn't be able to get the resources. You're only allowed 9 resources in this area and you can only go to the market once. So what I'm going to do is with this, I'm going to go to the balcony again. It seems like it's cheating. It might be cheating, but we'll see what happens. For my first action this round. I'm still going to the market. I'm going to buy what I need. Forward and animal, it costs 9. And I think I've done that right. Hopefully I've done that right. Cool. So now onto the AI. The AI will first of all go to the bar salon, the level 2. Ooh, I should put this in the section so the AI does go first, especially with its bonus. And it will try and get a patron that matches one of those, and the first one there is Beethoven, or Beethoven. Now, Beethoven will get the instrument at the top there, so that was the first one the AI acquired, and that is done. I'm going to get Tchaikovsky, and I'm thirsty for money at the moment, so I'm going to put him there and get 4 money. And that is done. Now back to me. I need to do this repair before we go to the balcony. So I have my specialist worker and a apprentice. That bumps up to 4. I get a reduction there. I'm going to use 4 of this inspiration to have another 2 reductions. So that's 3 reductions in total. So I only need 2 animal to do this, and that will give me 4 points. And it's lined up rather nicely because that is one of the requirements that Tchaikovsky needs. So that will go over there. And I get to put this in the string area, which is just my own little corner down there in the violin section. I get the secondary award of 2 money. Now, going to the AI, we're going to the balcony. Let's see what we've got. The AI has a 5. I also have a 5, but I was later, so it wins that. It will try and get the right hand award on token. Right hand award on the leftmost public award, which will be, it's pointing to the right, but it gets to the left one, it gets the high one. She's getting 9 points, annoyingly. A good pick up there. Now I get to do some awards, which is pretty good for me because I actually have 2 workers there and I've achieved 2 of them. I've got 4 repair tokens, so I'm going to take this for 7 points. And I have completed 2 classical era patrons. I'm going to take this and put it there, which will get me 4 points. Now these unlock things on your player board. I can now store more resources, which would have been useful earlier, but what are you going to do? And I've also unlocked Royal Patron, so I get to pick one of these. At this stage in the game, it's not going to make a huge amount of difference, I don't think. But I'm going to go with the Queen Vic. They're very nice. She'll instantly give me apprentice. It's probably her brother's, sons, nephews, sisters, cousin's boy or something. And that is that completed. I got a nice load of points there, so I'm happy with that. The AI will try and do a performance. It has a 5 plus a 9 plus nothing extra there. So it's on 14, and Beethoven wants a classical performance. It will take the cheaper one. 14 is not quite good enough for the top level, which is good for me. So it gets 2 points. It gets to put out a token in the classical era. Okay, now we have a situation where it's got two sections where I can put it, which have the same amount of tokens on it already. You were meant to refer to this, so it wants to go after a string, but because they're both in the same era, that doesn't matter. So you have to roll a dice to see which one it goes in. That means it goes on the left, which is good because it's just reinforcing one of its own positions. But Beethoven is part way to being satisfied, which is bad. Finally, I'm going to use this. And because I had a 4 on the repair, so I should have gone up there, which will be useful for next round. So, on the repair, I can rough out 2 instruments or at the same time. So I have a 4, which counts as a 5 as well because of that. I get 2 inspiration, and I get to make a discount. So I'm going to spend 3. I am 1 animal shy. I have made a mistake somewhere. That has scuppered me quite badly, I believe. Oh well. What I am going to do is I am going to just work on the Baroque guitar for Paganini for 2 wood. I think I probably should have been able to deal with that by buying more earlier. I can't remember. Oh well. So that's the Baroque guitar part way to be done. Actually, that's pretty bad as well because Paganini is going to leave me next round because I haven't been paying attention to him enough. So you know what? Screw you, Paganini. I'm going to go and start work on this Serpent for Tchaikovsky, who still likes me. So that will cost me 2 wood, so I'm going to only do 1 wood. No, I'm going to do the 2 wood because I need to take the discount of the animal, so I'm doing 1 animal. There we go, done. And now, the AI will complete some of its instruments. It will complete them both because it has 2 there. So it will get 7 points plus Beethoven will be completed to a total of 12 points. And then its board is pretty much cleared. And that is all done. So we're on to the final round. It's looking tight. Okay, here we are at the start of round 6. Now, unfortunately, Paganini has run out of patience with me because I didn't make him a violin. I'm going to lose 3 points because he had 1 unfulfilled requirement. It's not great, but I wasn't paying attention to him anyway. On the plus side, Tchaikovsky is going to give me a metal, demand I make something out of it, and Queen Victoria is going to give me a 1 point back. I also get a free cube from this section, so I'm going to take another metal. Over here on the AI's board, it has gone up by a point on this track here. That is if it has assigned a worker to a card that was high enough to upgrade the card, but if the card is already at level 3, it will just go up on this track, which can get it quite a few points if it keeps doing that. Fortunately, that's just the first time. And here we go. The AI is going first, and it wants to go to the balcony again. It's really after those points. Now I'm going to try and do some stuff here to try and get some big points. It may work, it may not. We'll see. I'm going to put a level 4 worker out here in the guild to try and get an instrument. There's my specialist worker, but I'm not planning on going to the repair section this round. So that is fine. The AI will now try and get another instrument. I am going to go to the repair, but only with a low level because I just want the resources. The AI will get another patron. I am going to go to the performance to get some resources again. I haven't been doing a lot of performances this game. AI will go to the repair. I shall try to complete an instrument, and the AI shall do a performance. I'm going to put my last worker there to try and finish off some instruments. I don't think there's going to be a lot of problems with the order we go in this round, but we shall see. Okay, the AI wants to go there, then there. So it's going here first. The one doesn't have any unassigned instruments, so it'll just go for classical, if there is one. It cannot search the deck, so it's not going to go there, so it's going to go romantic, and it's going to take Mendelssohn. Lovely. I don't think I've got my money from Sweden again, so I'm just going to get that. It's useful. I am going to take this. So that's a 4. The AI has a 2, has a 5. So it will go first. And that is bad for me, because I wanted that hurdy-gurdy because it's worth a lot of points. The AI has claimed it, so that is unfortunate. Mendelssohn, you absolute so-and-so. I'll have to take this lute. I'm trying to get the lute, I'm trying to get a stringed instrument for my personal objectives, but I've got 2 now, so we'll just see what happens. Because I put a 4 there, I can actually add it straight to my roughing bench, which is good because I need to rough something out. And I also get a resource of my choice. I'm going to take a metal. And the AI has finished messing me over with that. I said it wasn't going to make a difference. It did make a difference. There we go. So the AI is going to score an objective. It is going to take, it's going to take the only remaining objective in the middle space, so it gets 1 point for that. I am going to go to the repair. The AI gets to go first, doesn't matter because all I want is resources. So the AI is going to do a stringed repair, get 2 points, and put out a repair token in the string section. Ignoring those, it will go straight to there, but it's got no chance of knocking me out. That is done. And I shall just get the 2 wood resources. So now it is the AI. The AI is going to pick the performance. It will go first. Doesn't matter again. It would like a romantic performance, even though Mendelssohn's secondary requirement has been fulfilled, so it's going to go with a classical performance. It has a 3 plus, so it's got a 4 plus 11, so that's 15. So we get the highest, get 2 points, and put out a performance token in the classical era. The one with the least tokens on is here, so it will not be taking the first chair, which is good. I will just get 3 animal cubes. Okay, so it's now back to me, so I've just got to work out what exactly I need to make these instruments. 3 animal, which one's worth the most points? They're worth the same. The chairs are all taken, so it doesn't matter. So I need to get 2 animals from the market. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this metal because I don't need it, and it's best to have money rather than resources at the end of the game. So that'll be worth 12. There we go, 10, 11, 12, 2 animals at a cost of 4. My little cart has crossed over the marketplace. The AI is all finished up, so we're now just going to keep going with me. So 4, so I get 2 inspiration. I get a discount because of the 4, which is technically a 5. So I'm going to take off 1 wood and 1 animal. Those go across. And then I can finish them off with the 5, which is technically a 6. So I get a discount on the oboe, sorry, the serpent. So it's 1 wood and 3 animals. And then for the lute is 2 wood and an animal. And I get a double first chair bonus because I have the 6. So I'm going to put the serpent up in the special unique instruments place. Allow me to draw 2 cards, which are not going to be useful at this point. I will get 2 inspiration and 2 money for that. Then the lute will go down here. It's already taken, so I can't, so I'm just going to lay this down like that. I'll get 2 money for it though. Now what I'm really interested in is the points. So those 2 together will give me 11. Very useful. And then those will actually complete my 2 patrons. So that goes to Queen Victoria, and that goes to Tchaikovsky. Give me 5, that will give me another 6 points. And they will both knock me up on here. So I will get another specialist worker. It doesn't matter, but that'll be worth 1 point at the end. Those were completed. They didn't get annoyed like old Paganini did. And then that is the end of the game. Join me back in a second for the final score. Okay, here we are at final scoring. Currently the AI has 64 and I have 63. Scored a few points because it had high level workers on these last 3, or these last 2 big cards. So it gets 4 points straight off for that. And it gets half points for this because it's assigned to a patron. So that's another 4 points. Which feels good because I really wanted that hurdy-gurdy. And it gets points per first chairs it has. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 1 to 3 player game gives it another 6 points. Okay, and then for me, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 first chairs. So I only get 1 point for that. For my private objectives, I got only 1 instrument out in the percussion era, so I get 1 point for that. Not many were coming out for the percussion, but maybe I should have tried to get that one as well by doing more repairs or performances or something, but never mind. I do have 1 instrument in each of the 3 main sections of the orchestra, so that gives me another 6 points. I get 2 points for 1 for each of my specialist workers, which I got. I don't have any instruments that were roughed out but not finished, so no points there. I have no patrons that gives me extras, and then I get 10 points per, 1 point per 10 of my remaining resources, apprentices, or money. So I got 1, 2, 3. So that is the end. It ends at the AI with 78 and me with 76. So if Paganini hadn't left me, I would have won. If I'd have sorted out that resources properly, I would have won as well probably. And this hurdy-gurdy as well. It was worth 4 points in the end, which to the AI, which is good. So it was close. I could have done quite a bit better, but I'm glad I didn't completely ruin it. Well, that is the game. I definitely enjoyed it. We've played it a couple of times with more than 1 player, and we've enjoyed it as well. I'd like to thank Parison for providing us with the preview copy, and we're looking forward to what it looks like when it's published. And that is it from us for today. Thank you very much for watching. I've been James. Thank you for watching Noob Haven, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.